Welcome back to our regularly scheduled travel program. We are fresh off of our 12 days of Christmas markets, and it is time to point Judy south, and we are heading to Morocco. It is time to get out of this cold weather. It has been freezing and gray and cloudy and foggy for the past few months here in Bosnia, Northern Europe area, and we are ready for some sun and warmer weather for sure. One of the challenges here, we do have to be out of the Schengen zone, which is most of the European Union, but without going into details, we need to be out of the Schengen zone within about 2 weeks. So we have roughly 1,500 to 2,000 miles to drive from Germany through France, Spain, catch a ferry, and get to Morocco before that time ends. Our goal here is to actually be on the ferry about a week or so before our time ends to give us a little buffer just in case anything goes wrong. But if we're not out of the Schengen zone by January 14th, I believe it is, we might be in a little bit of trouble. So we have to get cruising. We started off this morning in Germany. Shortly after that, crossed into France. One of the other challenges we have is France highways are mostly tolls, and their toll roads are very expensive. So we try to travel off of the toll roads as much as possible, but that also puts us on some back farm roads and through small towns, which makes traveling a lot slower than what we're used to in the US, where we can just put it on cruise control and go down the highway at 70 miles per hour. The traveling is a little bit slower to make it all the way down through, but that's okay. We're taking the scenic route and we're seeing some beautiful things along the way. So over the next couple days, we are going to keep rolling and hopefully get to Morocco very soon. Actually, just to get to warm weather very soon would be amazing. So today the sun is actually out for once. First time we've seen the sun in probably another week. And yeah, we're just tired of the cold and gloomy weather. Let's get to that sun and sand. After about 4.5 hours, we made it to camp here in France. I don't even know the name of the town because that's how much research I did coming into this. Basically just picked a camp spot that had some services, actually free, with free water, free everything, which is really nice. It's on the edge of a lake that is pretty much drained at this point, but we're going to go walk around and get some steps in since we've been sitting in our seats pretty much all day.
Yay!
Here in Europe, a lot of places offer these stations for water, gray tank, and also black water or your chemical toilet. France really does a good job with this, and they make it very easy to find them and camp at them, and most of them are free, so you don't even have to pay for campgrounds. But if you look here, it is basically a tower. Oh, this one even has electrical outlets, so if you need to plug in, you can even get electric. They have the water spigots, and then over here you can see that the gray water, that's where you dump the gray water. Oh. And this side is where you dump your chemical toilet. Just lift that little lid, you can rinse everything, good to go. That is one thing that is really nice about traveling around Europe, is having all of these stations and not having to go to a campground and pay for these types of services when they just offer it for free in most of the little towns that you can drive through, which is really awesome. Good morning. Well, it may seem like we are getting an early start because it is dark, but actually it's like, I'm pretty sure it's about 8 o'clock in the morning right now. The sunrise here in this part of Europe has not been until about 8:30 to 8:45 in the morning. It's just kind of nuts. Not used to the day starting this late, but today is probably going to be a little bit longer of a drive day. We're going to try to get about 7 hours in to get down near Bordeaux, France. I do have one little maintenance thing that I have to do. I have a hose that has been leaking for a while. I believe it's leaking a little bit of transmission fluid up near the radiator, so I'm going to try to MacGyver a fix this morning when the sun comes out to hopefully get us a little bit further. I do have everything to repair it completely, but I need a really good spot to actually sit and do that and make sure it's done right. So hopefully this little MacGyver trick this morning will help us get down the road a little further without it leaking all over the place. Letting Link run around a little bit, and then we're going to go back and get some coffee and wait for the sun to come up. While we're at it this morning, I'm going to do a little plug for our new merch. We have some awesome new t-shirts. Check out the hoodie Crystal is wearing. If you're interested in some of our merch, check it out. I'll put a link down in the description below. We have all kinds of stuff on there starting out, and it's good quality, nice, soft. This is actually my new favorite hoodie.
Sorry, I'm wearing it.
It is a super heavyweight hoodie, and it just is so warm and comfortable. It's one of those hoodies that you just wear and want to lay on the couch with a warm drink and watch TV and not move.
Yeah, this hood is awesome too. I'm not doing any injustice, but yeah, it is really comfortable.
It's an oversized hood, which is great because I have a giant head, and the hood actually fits my head.
Yeah,
But look at the size of that.
You can wear a hat under it.
But you look at the size of this. This fits in there, which
it's awesome.
If you haven't gotten yourself a big pair of oversized overalls for doing work, highly recommend it. I went for like the first 2 years without a pair of these, picked these up now, and now my clothes don't have to get dirty. And look, this one even fits over my down jacket. So yeah, pick yourself up a pair of overalls. That way when you do all this work, you don't have to get all messy. As you can see, it is a complete mess under here from this leak. This hose right here that runs from the transmission into the radiator, it is rubbing on the fan shroud, and right up in here there's just a little tiny worn piece of the hose, and that is allowing it to spray fluid just absolutely everywhere. It's just a little bit at a time, so it's not like I'm dumping fluid everywhere. Actually, most of the time, you don't even see it dripping on the ground. It is just, it looks really bad under here because it's been happening for a while, and I noticed yesterday that it is worse than it normally is. So we are going to see if we can get that fixed. My idea is to MacGyver this. We're going to take some butyl tape, which is like a putty type of sealant. We're going to wrap it around the hose in that area, make sure it is held on there pretty well, and then we'll take some duct tape, wrap the duct tape around that yet, just to make sure everything stays on there, and that should seal it up long enough until I get some time to actually replace the hose. The big thing is, when I replace that hose, I'm going to lose some fluid, so I need to make sure that I'm in a good spot and I can actually make sure it's done right. Make sure your butyl tape is warmed up. It was out in the cold and it makes it very hard to be pliable. But once it's warmed up, then you can shape it however you need to, and it sticks together really well. I use this to seal a lot of things on the roof, and it makes a really good sealant before you put other like silicone sealant on top. Put this in between. Really, really good stuff. We should be set. Yes, I know that is not the ideal fix, but like I said, we're gonna MacGyver it. Hopefully it'll hold us out for a little bit longer. And sometimes when you're in a hurry and you just need to get something done quick on the road, that's the way you gotta do it. We decided to come over and fill up water before leaving. However, we keep running into this issue, and in the wintertime, it seems like a lot of these are turned off, obviously, so they probably don't freeze. So finding water in the wintertime in Europe can actually be a little bit more difficult. Hopefully, as we go a little bit further south and the weather warms up, these spigots will stay turned on, but I mean, thankfully we have a large water tank. So we have 65 gallons. We're down to about, I think, 35. So again, plenty to last us for a little bit longer. I might just have to smell and not take a shower.
Doesn't matter to you.
You can't smell us through the camera, so you're all set.
If you know Alex, he loves to be self-sufficient and he loves to fix things by himself, and I'm really proud of him for that. This morning he came in and said, we have a leak. So he is trying to put a clamp on whatever it is that's leaking to hopefully get us to where we need to be to get it fixed. So we'll see. This is why you have a headlamp and overalls and access to YouTube. What's going on?
Fixing things and stuffs.
And that he is. Is it gonna be okay?
I don't know, we'll see. The MacGyver fix is in place, but come to find out it's leaking from further up the line near where the rubber hose meets the metal hose. So we're going to try to tighten up the hose clamps, add another hose clamp, so hopefully it cinches down around the metal. But we'll see.
What do you think, Pop? She fired up okay. And Alex is cleaning things off to make sure that there isn't another leak or it's continuing to leak. But I don't know if it's gonna be a 7-hour drive day or not. We'll see. How's it going? Houston, we have ignition.
A few years ago, we had our serpentine belt break, and it destroyed this line that I'm actually trying to fix now. So what happened is serpentine belt broke, cut the line, we spewed transmission fluid absolutely everywhere, and we were stranded in, I think, like Scranton, PA or something like that. And this was before we were in full time on the road. But that line has held up after replacement for so long, and it was kind of a makeshift replacement at that point. So, you know, it leaking isn't a surprise. I was surprised it lasted this long. But, yeah, once we get some time, I'll sit down, actually fix it the proper way. But for now, some more hose clamps, it'll hold.
Sorry to all the campers over here. If you're watching, we apologize for having to hang out in this lot and running our obnoxious engine. Yeah, we didn't have a choice much, so yeah, sorry about that.
Diesel here is called gasole, which is a little confusing. And it is €1.54 per liter, so it'll be that per gallon. So we're gonna get topped off and continue on.
Bonjour, comment allez-vous? Je voudrais 2 croissants, s'il vous plaît. Merci.
How'd she do? If you know us, we always like to stop at bakeries, and in France, it's absolutely a must because we need to get our croissants. We got here a little late, so I don't think they're gonna have croissants for us, but we'll get a baguette. Not as good, but still good. Got French baguettes. What is the other thing you got?
Brioche.
Brioche in the shape of a gingerbread.
Yeah, it's so cute.
All right, we're gonna do a little wander through the town to get some steps in before we have to sit back in the seats.
Yay. Not only did we get pastries, but we got some hot chick. Wow! Wowzers! She got lipstick and a matching dress.
On the whack. Jeez. Whack. Ha. On the walk back, we found another bakery. Stopped in, they had 1 croissant left.
Croissant!
So we got that and some other snacks. Perfect lunch. It's always a hard time figuring out where we parked.
What you gonna begin with?
Croissant? It feels hard though.
No!
Dang it. That's what we get for getting the last one.
I know. Haha. It doesn't sound hard.
Look how airy it is in there.
So many holes. Butter holes.
It is good, but you can tell it's the last one.
Yeah. Maybe it's commonly known that you don't take the last one because it will be hard. It's not hard.
This one,
Oh my gosh, this is so good.
we're not sure what this is. We just grabbed it to try it.
I'm dying.
Oh, this has meat in it. So this has, looks like some type of meat, cheese, something.
Listen, croissants, you don't even need jam. You don't need butter. I don't know, maybe because I'm gleeking so bad. It's just so savory. Is that good?
Mm-hmm.
Is that like cheese in it too? You said?
I think a little bit. And this is brioche. It's really soft.
Is it?
Mm-hmm. That's pretty good. Here's what I was looking forward to, though. Ooh. No idea what it is, but it has some type of cream inside. Some little nuts on top.
Are you happy?
We should have got a whole lot more of those. Oh, man, that's good. The cream inside, I don't even... That's good.
Is it like shoe?
No, it doesn't taste like a shoe.
No, the cream.
Time to hit the road. We got, I think, what, 5 more hours? 4 more hours, something like that. And, yeah. Later. We didn't make it quite to Bordeaux today. We are in a small town called Esse, I believe it's called, Esse in France. It's a really small town. We were looking for some place that had a restaurant that would be open, and this one had one. A lot of the places here in France close down in the afternoon, or a lot of the restaurants, and then they open back up in the evening again for dinner. So this one will open up around 6 and we'll go check it out. So for now, we're gonna let Link play. He's been cooped up all day. All of us have been, but that's okay. So we're gonna play some ball and maybe relax a little bit, and then we'll go for dinner. Good morning. It's a cold one this morning. I think the real feel is, I think under 20 degrees, and it definitely feels it outside. Checking all the fixes that I did yesterday, everything seems to be holding in place. So we're gonna try to put another long drive day in today. Not sure how much, we're just gonna drive till we get tired. So, 30 minutes or so. One of the hurdles we figured out this morning during a random search is figuring out how to fill our propane tank again. So we haven't had any issues yet, but apparently in France and Spain it's illegal to fill portable propane tanks. You can only swap them out, but we don't have the correct adapter to fit into the rest of our system if we swap the bottles. The big reason we wanted to top everything off is because Morocco is the same way and does not fill propane, and actually most of what they sell in Morocco is butane and not propane. We were hoping to have both of our bottles topped off, ready to go, and that might be a problem. We found a spot that might do it in Spain. We're going to work our way there and probably check it out tomorrow or Tuesday. See and cross our fingers. Hopefully it'll work. But if not, that'll be a whole nother project before we cross into Morocco, because we will have to get a new bottle, new adapters, probably a new regulator, and we have to make sure everything works for our stove and our hot water heater. The stove isn't a huge deal. We could always get a hot plate and go about it that way, but our hot water heater is built in, and going that long without hot water would kind of suck because we need showers. All right, we're gonna hit the road.
We're getting closer to Spain, and things around are changing. We're seeing more trees that are different. We even see palm trees, which is really cool. And it's starting to feel warmer, which is exactly why we got up so early this morning, hoping to catch a little bit of a warmer climate. Welcome to Spain! And it's my 22nd country. Congratulations to me. And how about you?
I've already been here.
Oh.
Judy and Link, though. That's 16 for Judy and Link.
Good job, buddy! Look at Link! Welcome to your 16th country! Wow. You're a traveling puppy.
We got to Spain, finally, and I will say when we stopped for gas, as soon as we crossed the border, the friendliness of the gas station attendant was beyond anywhere else in Europe so far, and it made me feel like we were almost back in Mexico, with the friendliness of the people and being able to use my Spanish again. That's nice. The first camp spot we stopped at doesn't feel like it's quite gonna work. It's kind of under construction and everything, so filling up water. We're gonna move on to another one that's about 10 minutes away that should be a little bit better, and then we're gonna relax and chill out for the evening after that long drive.
Judy the sheep herder. Let's go, Judy. No, you're not supposed to make a wall.
Well, we're in a traffic jam. Oh my gosh. Wall of sheep. They won't get out of the way. Oh, here we go. What you doing over there, honey?
Got it. Good. Okay, you can go. Go.
Got enough room?
Yeah, you're good.
No sheep were harmed in the filming of this video. We scared the crap out of the sheep, literally. That smells lovely. The view down here right below camp is pretty beautiful. I mean, we can see the water. It's the Atlantic, but it's called the Bay of something. It's in between Spain and France there. But being able to overlook the city, seeing the water, actually warm-ish weather, we're heading in the right direction. We've fallen a little bit behind on our country stickers. Now we get to add Hungary and Spain. We did get these stickers from Overland Stickers. They are out of the UK, and I will say these are probably the best stickers I have found for outdoor use. The ones that we have on the side have been taking a beating for a few years now through the Mexican sun and everything else, and they're like brand new. You wash them off and they look perfect. They don't fade, they don't peel. They've been great. So if you're looking for good country stickers or some other ones, I think they offer some other options too. Definitely look up Overland stickers out of the UK. I can't believe we have had our house in 16 different countries around the world. This is just 16 countries. That's a lot. That's a lot. And Link hitting 16 countries.
Buddy, what do you think?
Yeah. Dirty in 16 different countries.
What do you think?
Yeah.
Keeping it dirty.
He is a well-traveled dog, that is for sure, and we have a well-traveled ambulance. Good morning from Spain. Today, our objective is to try to get propane. We found a spot in Pamplona that we are going to go see if they can fill our propane tanks. Apparently on Park for Night, people have had some good luck with this, and we're really hoping that that's the case. If they can't fill our tanks, then it's off to the drawing board to figure out how we make a European tank fit into our system, which I really don't want to do. We're going to get packed up and hit the road.
Drive it.
Propane here was a miss. The lady inside, she was very nice and helpful in information, but she was not willing to help us fill propane tanks. Here in Spain, it is illegal to refill your propane tank, at least a portable one. If it is attached to the vehicle, that's a different story. But for us, ours is portable and not something they're willing to do. So we're gonna have to figure out how to get an adapter from our US hose that goes to our appliances in the AMBO to one of these Spanish bottles. The other issue we have, though, is that's only to Spanish bottles. France and Germany and all of these other countries are different, so whatever we figure out here won't necessarily work in these other countries. But we're gonna try to get something figured out here in Pamplona before we head south. We got to get something figured out before we get to Morocco, because we need to have propane in the works in order to run our stove and our hot water heater. Another hurdle that we have is the propane bottles here are a different size. They're a little bit taller than the US standard ones, and I'm really hoping that it fits in our closet. Otherwise, I'm going to have to redo the closet in order to fit the bottle as well. So we're going to go to camp. We're going to do some research, get some measurements, figure out what we can do, and hit the hardware store while we're here in Pamplona, because there are a ton of hardware stores in this city, and I figured this would probably be the best place to be able to figure out a solution in order to get us moving forward with propane. Doing a little digging on the propane, I took this off of our regulator, which is the little nipple that goes normally into the propane. So if I can find this type of thread, we'll see if we can get it to focus here. If I can find something that will go to this and adapt to a Spanish bottle, which is like a 21.8 millimeter size piece, then I think we'll be okay, because my regulator is on the hose, so it should still regulate any pressure to what we need for our stove and hot water heater. But trying to find something like this to go to the Spanish bottle, that's going to be the difficult part. Ideally, it would be nice to find something that this could thread onto, because then we keep everything the same on our US hose, and then that would go right onto the bottle. But I think this thread on this big plastic piece is going to be a lot harder to find than this little one here. So there's a hardware store about a block down the road, but here in Spain, everything closes at 2 o'clock for siesta. They don't open back up until about 5 o'clock. So we'll walk down this evening and see what we can find. This is the propane regulator in Spain, and it quick connects onto the bottle. I'm thinking that I can just run my hose directly to this hose barb. I'll chop off our regulator from the US, and our hose will go directly on here, and so this will regulate the pressure that we need to our devices. And this regulator is actually slightly lower than what we need, but I was actually worried it was going to be too high because most of the ones in Europe are a higher PSI or bar than what we need, but this one seems to hit right on the dot.
Ooh, hi.
Oh, sorry.
One of these goes here,
Okay.
and this in the top of the gas.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
I think one of them, I have to check, like this. Here.
Ah, okay. Water filter parts aren't going to work out. We need hose clamps. It was a very small ferreteria, the hardware store in Spanish. They were super, super nice in there, but we didn't get quite everything we needed, but we do have the regulator, and I think I have a plan in place for that. And I think I have a plan in place for the water filter, but we won't know until I start cutting things apart. And
Let me at least make dinner first.
the propane, we really won't know, probably for another day or two, because I don't want to cut into our regulator yet. We still have propane in our bottle, and we need to use it. And we don't have a Spanish bottle yet, or a place to store 2 bottles. So we have some major issues to try to figure out in the next few days. We are trying to leave on the ferry to Morocco in exactly like 1 week. So I think it's Monday today, right?
Yeah.
So it's Monday today. We're trying to leave next Monday or Tuesday, and we need to have all of this figured out in Spain before we leave to go to Morocco, because once we're in Morocco, I think it's going to be really, really difficult to figure out any of this. Good morning. Enjoying a cup of coffee this morning. Just wanted to do a quick update. I did some more research last night on propane, and I think we're all set as far as the valve goes, or the regulator that is going to go on top of the tank and into our system. Now the hurdle is trying to get our first propane tank. Here in Spain, you have to have a contract with the propane company in order to get your first bottle. I did use kind of a random address here where we're camped and went through their system online. I did get a code, which apparently that is the key part that you need in order to show that code at the gas station when you go pick up your bottle. However, I'm not sure if that's going to work. I'm not sure if they're going to try to verify the address. I don't know. So we're going to try that first. And if that doesn't work, we do have a backup. I found one for sale on Facebook Marketplace that we can go and grab this bottle. And then once we have the bottle, it's supposed to be easy to just swap it out for a new one in their normal system, and we don't have to have a contract or anything like that. We at least have 2 options. Hopefully one of those options works, but we won't know. I'm going to end the video here, and we will continue next week, so stay tuned for updates on how everything pans out and our continued trip down to Morocco to catch the ferry. Really hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for coming along with all of the issues we've been running into this week. It's been one heck of a travel week trying to get here. And like I said, we'll have some updates for you next week. So stay tuned. Make sure you like, subscribe, hit the little bell so you're notified. Until next time, we'll see you later. And you can actually see in the distance there's a little jetty that goes out. Or Yeti? One of those things. Is it jetty or yet?
It's a
Jetty.
A Yeti is an abominable snowman. Abdominal.
Crystal said it's an abdominal snowman. I think she looks like a Yeti right now. So today we get to add Hungary and now Spain. Damn it.